students, I am Sainath, your business laws faculty, and I am going to analyze the question paper of business law subject for June 2023 attempt. Okay, after reading entire question paper, my opinion is this paper is quite easy. Sir, why? Why it is very easy? The reason is very simple. A normal student, that too with normal level of knowledge, can get good number of marks in this paper. So that's why I am giving easy tag. Okay. Now I will give detailed analysis for every question. Let's go by question by question. Let's see question number 1A. So it is from Nature of Contract chapter and it is related to social agreement concept. I know majority student will take this chapter as choice, but still you can easily write this question because everyone knows that social agreement is void, it is unenforceable, everyone knows about it. That's why even though you took this chapter as choice, you can easily answer this question. But wait a minute, here there is one more extra question. So what happens instead of birthday party if it is a New Year celebration party and all agreed to contribute equally for that? Then this kind of agreement will become commercial agreement and this will become valid. So student can easily write first part of the question, whether they read this chapter or they left this chapter as choice. So irrespective of reading this chapter, they can easily answer the first part of question. But for answering second part of question, so this is possible only for those students who read this concept at least once. Okay, that's why my tag for this question is moderate. This is a moderate question because of this second part of the question. For first part of the question, it is very easy, but for second part only, I am giving this tag, that is moderate. Next one, question 1B. It is from Companies Act and it is about associate company definition. So what is the definition of associate company? When one company holds at least 20% of voting power in another company, then another company will become associate. So this is the simple definition. Okay, by using this simple definition, you can answer this simple question. So how to answer it? So total capital 100 crore and total voting power. So here equity will have voting power, that is 15, and convertible preference. It is not non-convertible preference, it is convertible preference. That's why we need to take this 10 crore also. So total 25 by 100, which is more than 20%. That's it. So this is an associate company. But some student may confuse at convertible preference shares point because they will consider only equity shares but not preference shares. But remember one point, if convertible word is given, then take preference shares also. So that's the point they need to remember. So if they remember this point, then for them it is a very easy question, and for remaining it's somehow moderate. That's why I'm giving the tag moderate. Okay, actually it is easy only, but because of this convertible preference share, so because of this point only, because of this word only, so I'm giving moderate tag. Other than that, nothing difficult here. Next one, this is C category question. This is C category question, but many students can easily answer this question. Sir, why sir, what is the reason? Even though C category, even though it is a C category question, how many students can easily answer this question? Simple. So this is based on simple concept, that is, if seller and buyer fails to fix the price, what the validity of the contract? It is valid. Then how much amount buyer need to pay to seller? A reasonable price. That's it. If you wrote like this, you can easily get full marks. So this is easy question. So I am giving tag easy. Sir, there are two moderate questions, sir. Yes, it is a compulsory question. So there will be some twists and turns. Okay, but for me, these twists and turns are not so difficult. They're moderate only. That's why I gave moderate tag for these two questions. And for last question, even though it is a C category question, majority student can simply answer that question based on their common sense. Okay. Now we completed question number 1. Let's go for question number 2, 2A. Okay, it's a basic question, straightforward question, exceptions to doctrine of privity of contract. And moreover, this is A category question. This is covered even in guest questions. So this is the most important question. So majority student definitely will read this question unless they took this chapter as choice. Okay, so this is an important question from legal object and consideration chapter. Everyone will read this question. That's why I am giving tag easy. So this is easy question for me. And not only for me, it is for majority students also. Okay, now from LLP Act, fraud related consequence. So from LLP Act, there is a question related to fraud related activities, nothing but consequence. Actually, LLP Act is huge when compared to given number of marks. It is very huge because in exam only 5 marks question will be given. But for that 5 marks, you need to read the entire chapter, which is having huge content. But luckily, we got this question from our important questions document, nothing but guest questions document only. Okay, if a student just read the guest questions which are there for LLP Act, then the student can easily answer this question. That's why I'm giving easy tag. So this question is easy. Next one, question 3A. So every time ICA will ask questions relating to consequences of non-registration of firm, but for this time ICA has changed its approach. Now it asked a question based on registration procedure. It is also A category question only, but still some unexpected question. That's why I'm giving a tag moderate. Straight question only, easy question only, but the problem is unexpected. So generally in case of registration, people generally expect about disabilities of non-registration and its exceptions, but the same is already covered in previous attempt. That's why instead of that question, now this question was covered. Okay, next one. This question is already there in Masterminds material and ICI study material also, and previous MTPs and RTPs. But in previous MTP, RTP, ICI study material, MM material, this is covered like teacher and student case. In undue influence, there is an example, there is a question relating to teacher and student. The same question is asked here, but instead of teacher, employer name is given, instead of student, employee name is given. That's it. So this is the case of undue influence, though the contract is voidable. So I'm giving easy tag, easy tag. This is a very easy question. Next one, and second part of 3B. So this question is about contract with personal skills, without personal skills. So if it is a contract with personal skills, then expiry of that person will make that contract void and legal heads are not responsible. If it is not related to personal skill, then expiry of that person, that is one of the contracting party, will not disturb the validity of the contract. The contract is still valid and you can compel the legal heads of that person to perform the contract. So based on this aspect only, he provided 2 situations and 2 questions. For first question, compelling legal heads is not possible. For second question, compelling legal heads is possible. Okay, it is also a very easy question based on very easy concept, but I'm giving moderate tag because it looks lengthy. So it is somehow time consuming. So that is the reason why I'm giving moderate tag. Other than that, there is no issue here. Next one. So every time I say ask about rights of unpaid seller against buyer. Now this time I say change its approach. Now it asks right of buyer against seller in case seller fails to deliver the goods. So that is the answer, we need to write it here. Okay, some unexpected question. Yes, it is A category only, and it is already covered in previous RTP also, I think 1 RTP. But still I am giving moderate tag because, so in case of unpaid seller rights, it is very important. It is very important and many times it is covered in ICI question papers. But this time, instead of unpaid seller rights, now this time they ask for the buyer rights against the seller. So because of that point only, I am giving moderate tag. And this is the measure of 2 practical questions. Measure of 2 practical questions. And it is very easy also, but it will take some time to understand this question. That's why I am giving moderate tag. So actually here there are 3 partners, PQR. Okay, now R returned from the firm without giving public notice. Now what will happen? He will become partner by holding out. Okay, now P introduced his employee E as a partner to the outsider. Now E fails to object it. That means E is also partner by H tuple. Now who are the partners? PQ, original partners. R, partner by holding out. E, partner by H tuple. Now there are 4 partners. If there is any liability, who need to take liability now? 4 partners need to take liability. That is PQ as original partners, R as holding out partner, E as H tuple partner. Simple. But it is somehow time consuming. That's why I am giving moderate tag. And this is a very simple question. When contract of sale will get concluded in case of auction sale? By fall of hammer. So here 3 dates are given. Fall of hammer 7th March and payment of price 8th March, delivery of goods 10th March. By which date the contract is said to be completed? The contract is said to be completed on 7th March itself. That is by fall of hammer the contract is said to be completed. So whether the performance happened or does not happen, it does not matter. So here it is about not about the performance. It is about the creation of the contract. So when the contract is said to be created? On 7th March itself. That's why you need to write 7th March. Very easy question. And it is not time consuming also. That's why easy tag. And this question is already covered in our material, in ICS sources also. It is based on sale by sample from Sale of Goods Act. That's why I am giving tag E. That is very easy. Next, this is also easy because there are many practical questions on this concept. And moreover, this question is important equally from theory questions point of view, practical questions point of view. That's why majority student definitely will read this question. That's why I am giving easy tag. And this is unexpected question, so difficult. I am giving difficult tag for the first time in this question paper for void contract and voidable contract. Those who are having basic knowledge about different kinds of contract can only answer this kind of question. Okay, but this is purely unexpected. That's why I am giving difficult tag. Next one, question 1b, rights of partners. This is also unexpected, C category question. Moreover, this is a C category question, unexpected. That's why difficult tag. And last question, this is based on small company. Recently the limits got updated. So paid up capital limit is now 4 crores, turnover limit is 40 crores. Now the limits of the company is within the limits given by the law. That is the reason why this company can get small company status. That's it. Very simple question and very important question also because it is recent amendment. That's why this is easy question. Sir, now in entire question paper, there are 2 difficult questions. But you said this question paper is a very easy question paper and a normal student can also get good marks. Why, sir? How is it possible? You may have a doubt. Simple. We have a weapon in the exam. What is that weapon? Choice. So if you leave this question 6 as choice, then what is the problem? Now in remaining 5 questions, there is no difficult question. There are some easy questions, moderate question, but there is no difficult question in remaining 5 questions. Only 6th question contains C category questions, unexpected questions and difficult. What about remaining 5? Remaining 5 are very easy. When remaining 5 are very easy, then why can't you take question number 6 as choice? So that is the reason why I gave my overall comment as easy paper. Okay, so once again I am saying, so overall paper is easy. One question contains 2 difficult questions, but you can take that one question as choice. That is question number 6. And remaining questions are easy plus moderate. Even though moderate, the questions looks very simple and even a normal student can understand the question. If he knows that point, he can easily answer the question. So that's why my overall comment is easy. Okay students, so by this I completed my analysis work. Thank you.
Hello students, greetings of the day. Hope you have done very well regarding your paper 2 examination that you have written today. In this video, let us try to analyze or discuss the part B or section B of your paper BCR. As we all know, BCR paper is something which we are able to score good marks regarding your overall score in paper 2. If you actually go to the format of BCR that we actually know that the seventh question that is there in BCR paper is a compulsory question, and out of the remaining 4 questions, 3 questions are to be answered, 1 we are having choice here. Okay, just we shall be going from 7th question there. 7th question is related to comprehension passage, right? Comprehension passage is a topic where we can be scoring good marks. Yes, yeah. If you actually go to the questions that are asked under the comprehension passage there, we can be easily try to identify the keywords that are mentioned there, and we can be relating to the keywords that are mentioned in the paragraphs there, and we can be directly answering the questions there. Whereas coming to the given passage here also, it is related to air pollution, what are the causes of air pollutions and things allied to the air pollutions there, and what are the things that are related to air pollution. Okay, let's try to go with the questions that are given under the comprehension passage. What is the first question here? What is an air pollutant? Why do you feel suffocated in a closed environment? How the sick building syndrome can be characterized? Just we need to be going with the characteristics of sick building syndrome. How is indoor smoking very hazardous? How can one overcome the dangers of indoor air pollutions? If you actually try to find the keywords that are actually mentioned in the questions that are asked under the passage, comprehension passage there, and try to relate with the keywords that are mentioned in the paragraph, you can be answering these questions directly. Whereas coming to the first question, you can be finding direct answer here. Air pollutant is defined as substance which is present in air while normally it is not there or present in amount of exceeding the normal. Direct answer can be found for the first question. Whereas coming to the suffocation also, to the lack of oxygen, ascribed to the lack of oxygen is the right answer there, and the other questions answers also we can be directly finding from the given paragraph. Okay, let's move to the B part of the 7th question. What is that? Read the passage here, and we need to be writing note making as well as summary here. Okay, as we all know, we just need to be going with the proper headings there, subheadings there, and keywords, abbreviations, and all those things we need to be writing. Just stick to the format that we have discussed n number of times in our classes. These are all format based questions. Just try to reflect the formats that we have actually learned n number of times in our classes, and just try to put everything as they are into your papers there. Okay, whereas coming to summary also, summary is also format based question here. We can be directly writing the summary and just try to go with the content that is given there and relate to the given format there and place it on the paper there. Simple as it is. Whereas coming to the these questions can be easily answered. Whereas coming to the comprehension passage, note making as well as summary, these are the questions where we can be scoring good marks. Whereas coming to comprehension passage, the given passage is of very normal tone and is of very easy paragraph where we can be understanding or getting the answers directly without taking any conclusions from the given words there. So it's a very easy topic that we can be scoring there. Now let's go to the next question. Comment on the following statement. Communication does not simply involve sending a message by a person. Just try to understand given statement first, and after that try to comment on that. Understanding that a given statement is more important before we actually comment on that. Whether we need to be taking the true form of that or we need to be going against of that, that decides on how we actually understood the given statement there. See here, communication does not simply involve sending a message by a person. For example, if a person talks to a wall there, is just trying to share the information there. Is that makes a good effective communication there? Or if he actually goes on stands on the road and if he starts sharing the information, if no one bothers there or no one looks at him or no one try to talk with him or no one try to listen towards him, does it make an effective communication? No, it will not be making an effective communication, right? Effective communication is of two-way process, or communication is of two-way process, right? Receiving as well as sending, both the things need to be there. Sending as well as receiving should be there. Speaking as well as listening should be there. So just try to put all those things into this comment there and try to comment regarding the statement here. Simple, just stick to the theory that we have discussed regarding communication there. What is meant by communication? What are the different way, what are the forms of communication that we actually include when we actually communicate, and all those things please put in order and try to comment this thing. Okay, next let's go to the second question. B question, that is, choose the word which best expresses the meaning of the given word. What is the word that is given there? Adamant. What is the meaning of adamant? Adamant is a normal word which we actually use in our day-to-day life. For example, if I find a person who is very rigid or very strong regarding not changing, if everyone asks or everyone seeks to change also, for those people we will be using the word called adamant here, right? Willing is something which is a positive word. Poor is nowhere related to adamant. Unfavorable is nowhere related to adamant here. So someone who is very inflexible or someone who is very rigid, someone who is very unchangeable are to be called as adamant people here. So inflexible. we are very lucky to get a question like this in vocabulary part. Okay, no one will be actually getting so easy question that we have got like adamant in today's paper. We are so lucky to get a question like adamant here. Okay, if you actually go to the second part here, fill in the blanks with the most suitable option. The study of coding and decoding involves various dash clues. Generally, coding and decoding, they are of mysterious things. They are something unpredictable. They are of something obscure, right? They are not healthy. They are not obvious. They are not verbose. Verbose means someone who is very talkative, someone who is very wordy. Okay, if the people use good figurative language and if they try to talk more than what is required, we call them as verbose people there. It is nowhere related to verbose here. Obvious is known meaning to us, healthy is also known meaning to us. So what is the word, right word that set to the blank here? Cryptic. Cryptic is the word we set to the given blank here. Now let's go for the third question, that is change the following sentence into indirect speech. Simple. He said, I clean my teeth twice a day. Okay, just stick to the rules when we are changing from direct to speech to indirect speech. First change is change in punctuation. Second change is first change is change in punctuation. Second change is change of comma to a connector. Third change is change in tense. Fourth change is change in pronouns. Fifth change is change in certain words. Sixth change is change of reporting verbs there, and seventh change is change in modal auxiliaries. Just try to stick following all the rules there and we can be converting easily from direct to indirect speech here. Next, if you actually go to praise writing there, it's also a format based question and we can be simply sticking to the format there and we can be just replicating the things that we have learned in our format based question there. Now let's go to the next question where we are having choice here. Concreteness is an important characteristic of effective communication. Comment. Okay, what are the characteristics of communications? We are having principles of 7 C's, right? We are having principal characteristics of 7 C's. Out of them, concreteness is one of the characteristics there. Just try to understand or just try to make what is meant by concreteness and just try to give supporting statements regarding how important concreteness is a important character in effective communication. Or else we are having one more question. What do you mean by visual communication? Okay, we already know what are the different types of communications that we are having. Verbal, non-verbal, visual. All those things are something which we have discussed n number of times in our classes. Just try to put as they are that you have learned in your materials or in your classes there. Next, let's go to the next word, next sentence. Choose the word which best expresses the meaning of the given word. Again, it's a very normal word, very regular word that we use in our day-to-day life. Like, abhor, hate, loathe. These are all negative words there except the word called like. So, relish is a positive word. So, like is the right answer for the given word here. Next, let's go with the next word. Sorry. Choose the word which best expresses the meaning of the given word. Again, we need to be writing the synonym here. Okay. Just try to be checking with your with the given definitions there or given headings there. Why? Because sometimes they might be asking meaning of the sentence or sometimes they might be asking antonyms of the sentence. Here in both the cases they have asked synonyms here. See the given word there, messy. Messy means dirty or unorganized or something which is not in order or structure, right? We know that, right? Organized is a positive word there. Hygienic is a positive word. Clean is a positive word. Messy is a negative word here. Okay. So, dirty is the right word which gives the meaning of the given word messy there. Next, let's go to the next question. Change the following sentence into direct speech. Again, she said that she would buy a new house if she had been very rich. We just need to be changing from indirect speech to direct speech here. Just try to stick with the rules that we have discussed earlier and just try to stick the rules, the important rules. She had been rich. She had been rich is in past perfect tense. Whenever we are having past perfect tense in indirect speech, it changes to simple past tense, and as we are having would here, it changes to will there. Simple. Write a report in 250 words on the topic climate change. This is also very easy topic and this is not something which we require a lot of preparation or lot of understanding or lot of technical words that we need to be using. Climate change is a regular topic, it's a general topic. Okay, just stick to the format that we need to be following while writing a report there, and please present regarding climate change there as it is there. Okay, simple, you will be getting good marks here also. Next, define networks of communication. Define wheel and spoke network communication. We know what are the networks of communication that we have discussed in our theory part of explanation of the chapters there, communication there. Just go with the answers that have been actually memorized by you or studied by you regarding your study hours, regarding your classes and all those things. Next, let's go for the next question. Change the sentence from active voice to passive voice. Please help me. It is an imperative sentence. It's a very easy sentence that we can be converting from active voice to passive voice. This also has been suggested by the guest questions that have been released yesterday before you people have actually gone to the exam there. Next, change the sentence from passive to active. Here they have given active to passive and here from passive to active here. Simple, just vice versa. If you actually go the way from one place to other place, we know the same way from how we can be coming from there to here, right? Same way, just try to stick with the rules while converting from active voice to passive voice and from passive voice to active voice too. Next, change the following sentence into direct speech. The teacher suggested the boys that they should go swimming since it was warm. Just stick to the 7 rules that changes. First change is change in punctuation. Second change is change of comma to a connector. Third change is change in tense. Fourth change is change in pronouns. Fifth change is change in certain words. Sixth change is change in modal auxiliaries. Seventh change is change in reporting verb. Just stick to the rules there and just try to convert from speech there. Next part of the question is that here we are having a question to write a letter to the newspaper editor. Whenever we write a letter to the newspaper editor, definitely we will be using a formal format letter. Just try to stick with the format of the formal letter writing and place the content that is required to actually be asked in the given question here. Next question, how the emotions of a person become a barrier of communication. Okay, here we need to be answering the questions of barriers of communication, and in that how important, how prominent emotions will be placing as a barrier of communication. Okay, this also is something which have been discussed in our earlier classes, and during our study hours also we have emphasized a lot of time regarding barriers of communication. Now let's go to the idioms and phrases. Again, the 2 idioms that have been given are of very regular usage in our day-to-day life. Bone of contention. Bone of contention is someone who is arguing for n number of times, and it actually takes for longer period of time. Such type of arguments or such type of disputes are to be called as bone of contention. Here, see what are the options that have been given there. To be cautious, subject of dispute, area of agreement, of least important. Out of all these things, subject of dispute is the right answer for the idiom bone of contention. Next idiom, face the music. Yes, we actually come across this idiom in our day-to-day life regularly. Yes, right? When we do certain things which is wrong there, we are the person who need to be taking responsibility to face the consequences. Such type of things, or during such scenarios or such situations, we'll be using the idiom called face the music here. So in option 3 we are having to accept criticism for something you have done. Okay, whatever the things are responsible for, which are the things done by you, you are the person who need to be taking it acceptance. Okay, next if you go to the third question here, correct the following sentence. I cannot explain that why I like her so much. Just try to stick with the rules while changing or correcting the sentences which have been given wrong there, and just try to correct here. And also the last question that has been mentioned is we people need to be preparing a resume along with a cover letter there and respond to certain questions. Okay, just try to stick with the format there suggested by ICA, and please place in a proper order there. When we actually discuss the overall paper here, whereas coming to theory part questions on based on communication, all the questions that are being asked in today's paper are not something which are unexpected or something not known to us or not something which is out of box. They are very well known to us, they are already learned by us, so it is very easy to actually score or to write the theory based questions also. And whereas coming to grammar part also, direct, indirect speech, active voice and passive voice, those are the questions which have been given in a very normal tone and a very easy tone. This also can be answered very good, and you people can be scoring good marks. And whereas coming to vocabulary, in today's paper, the vocabulary part is in such a way that most of the people can be answering. Why? Because those people who actually use day-to-day usage regarding vocabulary, the known things are only given there. Adamant, relish, bone of contention, face the music, all these things are something which we'll be using in our day-to-day life, and simply we can be making the things here. And also format based question, just stick to the formats that you people have been learned and just try to replace there. Overall, the paper is actually good, and this paper can be scored with a good amount of marks, which would be helping you to increase your overall score. Hope you people have done very well, and I wish you a all the best and very good luck for the next exams too. Thank you.